Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time. Hey, boys, you with me?
It's about that time.
You guys,
long past that time, man.
You guys didn't dress up for our evening? You didn't dress up? I mean,
are you suggesting my cat hat is not dressing up? Because I will fight you, sir.
I mean, that is adorable.
I think you should just be excited I showered today.
A question,
but still, I did shower.
Congratulations. A question posed to the audience later is, how often have you showered this week? Or when did you not shower? Who knows? We get some cool people joining us today. One of my personal favorite chefs and restaurants, the Breadfruit, is going to be joining us here in a couple of minutes. Chef Danielle is going to talk to us about what they've got going on and some of the initiatives they're working on in terms of assisting small business and that sort of thing. In the meantime, before we get started and talk about that, what's everybody drinking first? I thought it was time to start with something a little hazy on the top here. So I went with this Dark Sky Just a Dream.
Ooh.
I also have a copy of Word Up magazine over there.
I have Renhouse Bent Tree.
Nice.
That's a good beer.
That's a good beer. Do I look this way? I gotta look this way.
Did that look good? Did that look good on the screen? I'm like, that's a good.
That was nice.
I got a Bottle Logic collaboration. It's called I Can Take Danger.
Fantastic.
And has sharks and kitty. There's the kitty right there. It's a hazy triple IPA, and I'm drinking a Bottle Logic brewing glass just because that's appropriate.
Well, there you go. For those of you joining us, tell us what you're drinking. Thanks for joining us. We're a couple minutes in. I see Chef Danielle in our backstage, as I like to call it, ready and waiting. So we're going to talk to her for a few minutes. And then after that, I've got Bobby Kramer from the Hidden House in Brickyard doing a little cocktail demo. He's going to talk to us about something called Eat for a Week, which is awesome. They're setting up a program to get some industry folks, I believe 500 week-long boxes of groceries. So we'll talk to them. And then he's also going to show us how to make some drinks at home. In the interim, gentlemen, I bid you a farewell for a few moments as I bring in Chef Danielle Leoni from the Breadfruit. Danielle?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Very well. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And, I get to reveal our new logo to everyone. Look at that up in the corner. The final product.
Very fancy.
Thank you. So how are you guys doing? You guys hanging in there?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, we have more grit than you could ever measure. So yeah, we're hanging in there. We're working hard. I think I wouldn't say harder than ever, but equally as hard, even though the Breadfruit Rum Bar has been shut down. We are grinding every day and every night over here.
And so I want to get to that in a second, but the Breadfruit and Rum Bar is shut down. Obviously, we've talked on this show about places that are still open, doing delivery and to-go and that sort of thing. Tell us why you chose to do that.
Okay, well, all this started happening a couple weeks back, and we saw a really big dip in our business at the Breadfruit and Rum Bar. I mean, we've been in downtown Phoenix since 2008, and this is supposed to be our 12th year in May. We're so excited to be rounding that beautiful number,
Yep.
And business was really wonderful for us. And man, over the years, we have such a strong community of supporters. There's so many people that show up every night to drink rum and eat our food and love the things that we love. But once this whole coronavirus situation started, we saw this crazy dip, right? Like we saw it before the mayor shut restaurants down. We saw this crazy dip in business that weekend before. And then we're like, oh, wow, this is something, right? Like, what are we going to do so we can stay alive? And I mean, we're nimble. We can change. I mean, everybody knows you cannot get anything to go at the Breadfruit, right?
Right. It changes everything completely. I mean, we may take home our leftovers, but I mean, the experience is being at the Breadfruit.
Yeah, don't microwave my scallops, please.
Right now, go ahead.
Go. So we tried takeout, and the first night we had, can you just guess? Give me a guess of how many orders we had.
2.
1.
Right, there you go.
So that wasn't working. And then when they took restaurants to just that takeout model, we're like, yeah, okay, well, we're going to swing with this, you know? And because we knew that our business was declining so heavily, we had to lay off our entire staff. And with that, that meant Dwayne and I were now a kitchen team. Not easy.
Right.
Dwayne is the infamous rum and barman, and I'm the chef. So we did try it for a few days, and we had 6 orders the next day, 6 orders the next day after that. And you all know, anybody knows, no restaurant can possibly pay the bills, right, with 6 orders. They weren't that big of orders either. So that last Thursday, we decided that it just wasn't worth it. Because every time that we were making food for somebody, we were also taking a risk of either, I don't know, like spreading, you know, coronavirus, or maybe, can you imagine like if Dwayne went to take a payment and he got the coronavirus?
That's the thing. It's a concern.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I just don't want to do that.
It was a responsible decision for you guys, and obviously one that was very difficult to make. That spurred something else. I noticed you guys have been very vocal and very active in the small business, AZ Small Business Assistance kind of drive right now. Talk to me a little bit about that. I'm going to show everyone what your social media looks like. It went from delicious plates of food that made me hungry to me worrying if I'm going to be able to get my scallops again from you guys.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so fine. There's a coronavirus. People are getting sick. It's a thing, right? I fully believe in flattening the curve and staying home and staying safe. And I just don't think that any person should have to choose between their health and their economic viability, right? So Dwayne and I decided to shut down the Breadfruit after 12 years so we can stay safe and not spread the coronavirus. But then a few things came to mind that night. We shut our doors on March 21st. And after we cleaned the whole kitchen, pulled out the mats, mopped and deck scrubbed, and it was exhausting. And I didn't go to bed till about 4 a.m, and I penned an open letter to Governor Doug Ducey. And that was, about 2 weeks ago now. And in this letter, we were imploring Doug Ducey to extend some, I don't know if you want to call them courtesies, but just some relief our way. So, you know, restaurateurs, like, we're full of grit and we are used to getting a lot done with a little, right?
Right.
And we were just thinking about it. We're like, okay, so if we want to stay safe and not have to worry about peddling takeout here and there, what do we need? Well, we really just need to hit pause on all the bills rolling in. And we're not asking for any money. We're not asking for anything for free. I don't want anything out of the state coffers or anybody's pockets.
So that's what we're seeing here on your Twitter page is, actually, I see you're even hosting a town hall tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. I see some hashtags here. Hashtag rent is due, AZ Small Biz. What is the goal? What has already happened? I know that some things have already been put in place through some of in part, some of the actions that you guys have taken. What's going on right now?
So we had just 5 things we asked for from Governor Ducey, and everything has to do with just putting a pause on any kind of penalties or fees. So, like, you know, do we have the money to pay our transaction taxes? Do we have money to pay for liquor license renewal? Like, we don't really have any of that because we're not really making a lot of money, but Governor Ducey is still letting us offer you all takeout, right? and all that beautiful, like awesome booze and cocktails to go, right?
Great.
But that doesn't mean we have money to renew everything, because if you ask somebody in the coalition, they're going to tell you, even with all of this wonderful support, local and takeout, we're at about 10 to 20% of what we used to bring in. So we're just asking him to hit pause. Just don't charge us the fees. Let us pay him later. We will pay.
Perfect.
Right?
See, and I love that. So how can people help? Obviously, I showed them they can go take a look at you guys have everything on Twitter. They can go to the Breadfruit on Twitter, find some information there. How else can people help anybody watching right now?
All right. So if you all love your local small businesses, your bars and your restaurants and breweries and everything in between, we are hosting a town hall tomorrow, which is remarkable because our state legislatures have gone on vacation. But they're going to show up for this town hall, and it's on our Facebook, the link, and it's on Twitter. So you can join in and you can voice your opinion. You can type in your comments, and Dwayne and I are moderating it with a couple other folks, and we are going to ask people from our legislature what they think about it, what kind of commitments they'll make to save small businesses. And the more people, the stronger we are.
Perfect. And on a high note, hi, Dwayne. Man, Dwayne's by. Look at him. What did you just do that one more time? We just get a Dwayne fly by.
Fast, that guy.
Do you have a drink on you?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Dwayne?
Hi.
Hold on a second. Listen, I've got this 20-year rum that I pulled
stop
out of
it. Come on.
specifically because you guys were going to be hanging out with us, and then if we're going to end this conversation, I want to end with a glass of rum in all of our hands. So Dwayne, run to the kitchen, buddy.
Sure. It's not too far. It's just right here.
Perfect. And then I'll look at the comments here and see if we've got any questions or anything. I don't see anything crazy. Tammy says that she misses you guys, and then my co-hosts are lovely. I'm going to bring in Adam and Brett for a moment, so it'll be 4 of us. Just to see if they have any questions. Okay. And then I'll post the link for those of you watching right now to the town hall for tomorrow and also to your page. And Bobby and Michael, I see you guys from the Breadfruit, for the Brickyard in-house. I'll get to you guys in a minute once I'm done talking here. Adam, Brett.
Hello, Danielle.
Hi.
Everybody.
Nice to see you all.
Did we get some rum in your hands yet, Danielle? Because I can't.
I have been drinking a rum punch since 6 o'clock. So rum punch is
perfect.
And looks like Dwayne picked out a rum.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to zoom in on this. Hold it right there. What do you got? Okay. Now you're just got to one-up me. I see what happened.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull from my rum
That was certainly not my intent, nor am I conferring that was a one-up.
It's all right. It's all right. You are, of course, the rum man. She referred to you as the rum man.
Well, we all are today.
He just flopped his bottle on the table, Yousef. How did that make you feel?
Yousef, that bottle looks smaller now than it did before. What happened?
Shut up. It's cold in here.
You know we can one up.
Well, we do have something that
yeah.
Most of you, or actually I'm going to say there's maybe 1-2 people that know this, but have you ever seen that really beautiful, shiny, perfect box of Appleton 50 on our shelf?
Don't you listen.
Do you know, Yousef, where it is actually stored?
At your home?
Oh, yes.
That's not what she said. That's not what she said.
Sorry, I'm texting our dear friend Earl Watford to plan our robbery.
I was going to say, Danielle has not seen the news reports of the craft beer bandit on her.
Wait, for those of you who haven't seen it, and you guys haven't, I'm going to play this. It's a very quick 5-second video, but you will laugh at it in the background, hopefully, or think it's dumb. But the craft beer bandit might become the 50-year rum bandit. Here it is.
I think it's especially important that he's wearing his his protective gear.
Yeah, I mean,
got some PPE on.
Who's gonna suspect a man wearing a mask in this day and age?
No, absolutely not.
It's the perfect crime.
How has no one robbed a bank in PPE and a head wrap?
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, cheers, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Good luck to you. Thank you for joining us. You're welcome to hang out, watch the show for a little bit. If anybody has any questions, please put them in. Even if we can get to them later, we'll answer them later. We can have Chef Danielle and even Dwayne pop on, and they can even answer these in a later time. So
not today. I got a chicken in my bag. I got to start dinner.
This will live in the internet forever. So if anybody asks a question, you can go back to the comments and find it a week from now. So,
all right. Enjoy yourselves. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, they're a lot of fun. But now I know they have a 50-year sitting there, and that's the bucket list run, guys.
But do you know where they live?
I mean, one could surmise near the establishment.
There's probably I know I could probably get into the radius. I see Danielle. She's sitting there thinking something, but she's just listening.
Is there like a craft beer bandit signal you could put in the sky to be like, okay, go put it up. Now you're needed, bandit.
What if I start a gang of just craft beer bandits? But now we're just like
why would you start a gang of that? You have nothing to do with the craft beer bandit. You've only got him on your security camera.
Right. That was not me. He just looks like me. Correct.
You know what, though? From listening to Chef Danielle, I was really impressed with the perspective. And I put that in the comments, too. Just, this is a scary time for a lot of businesses. And she said, this is going to be their 12th year anniversary and all these exciting plans. It's a great establishment. We've been there, had a lot of good times. And then just this thing happens. And instead of just like wallowing in that and kind of self-pity, they're like, here's how we're going to get through this. Here's what we need to do. Here's the right thing for us. And she's working to do that. And I'm not a small business owner. I'm certainly not like in the industry like she is. I'm more of a consumer than, but like that's impressive. And it gives you an insight why you can feel confident that the Breadfruit's going to be here when this is over, because there's no panic in her voice. It seems like maybe that's the 50-year run.
Fingers crossed, like she said,
in her voice right now, which is it's refreshing to see. I mean, people we've talked to have been the same way. Just a steely resolve. So you know what, we're going to do this, and I like that. That's nice to see.
That's what I expected from her when she said chefs have grit. They're an industry of people full of grit. So, and speaking of grit, I think Bobby just disappeared. I guess we can talk for another minute. I see Michael's here as well. Well, there's Bobby. Speaking of people with grit, Bobby, I'm going to bring you in for a second. Adam and Brett will come back to you in just a second. Actually, I'll bring Bobby in first. But are you just chugging away at some water there, buddy?
Gin.
Perfect. Welcome to the show, my friend. I know we've got a couple things to talk about, and I believe you're making some drinks, right?
Yeah, man. I got a couple things lined up, like whatever we want to make, honestly. But figured to make a couple classics, and just kind of talk about the process.
Let's do it.
Adam and I love old fashions. Why don't you teach us how to make a good old fashioned?
Oh, I would love that. I mean, there's the internet. We could probably just look, but
couldn't be more confused. All right, so go down there.
What are we making?
All right, so old fashioned, really classic cocktail. One of my personal favorites is probably something that the Brickyard's pretty well known for on our happy hour, everything like that. So really the old fashioned is the old original way to say cocktail. So what that means is just sugar, bitters, and spirit with a little bit of zest and some dilution. So what we're going to do is take some type of sugar. For us personally, we actually make 2-to-1, which is going to be a rich syrup. So that's 2 parts sugar to 1 part water, but we're using the demerara. That's the sugar in the raw. The key to this is really when you're making the syrup, not to boil it, really making sure you have the right ratios. I typically go by weight. And with that, I mean, you could do a 1-to-1 simple, a 2-to-1 simple, which is just going to be regular granulated sugar. Or for us, like I said, we prefer the sugar in the raw. So I'm just going to take a 1/4 ounce. I just need a touch of that. And then this is going to be a stirred cocktail as well. So we're going to put it right in the Yari. And then we're going to choose our whiskey of choice. Now, it doesn't have to be whiskey. It could be, gin. It could be mezcal, brandy, whatever we really want to do. In this case, I'm going to go with rye. And one of my personal favorites, really cost-effective, is going to be this Old Forester rye. So 1/4 ounce of rich syrup. I'm going to do 2 ounces of rye whiskey. All right. Leave that right up here for you guys. And then just a couple dashes of any berries you would like. Right now I'm using Angostura, something that you can find at home pretty easily as well.
You got people wishing you used Willet, by the way. I've seen one comment here from PJ saying Willet bourbon with more exclamation points than are necessary.
Maybe if I was home, but honestly, like Gavin's sitting right there, and I'm not going to take that much Willet.
That's a risk. Don't tell the boss we're doing this, okay? Don't tell him.
No! All right, just give it a good stir. Now, what I'm doing, while stirring, pretty simple. So just kind of push and then pull with the other finger. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping the spoon kind of going in a circle, the back of the spoon falling around. Now, this does take practice. And honestly, you can go to temperature, dilution, anything like that. Chef's over here dancing. I'm going to see if I can't show you him in the window.
That's Chef Sam.
Old-fashioned, so.
I love it. Hey, I'm going to bring Brett in here because I feel like I could see something witty showing up in the back of his mind as you were saying it takes practice and stirred that spoon. Hey, Brett, how's your old-fashioned coming along over there?
I mean, I'm pretty excited about seeing the finish of this, if you will.
Oh, use it as well. There it is.
All right, and like I said, you can't just have sugar and spirit and dilution. You got to have some type of citrus. So for this one, I'm going to go the Hidden House method. I'm going to go a lemon and an orange. Just zest it over the top, and there we are. So
Ooh.
That would be a rye old fashioned.
Love it. That's a rye old fashioned. So there's a comment here in the chat, by the way, Bobby, that said Coqui Vermouth di Torino.
Chef Danielle, Chef Sam wants to wish Chef Danielle hi and say love.
Oh, well, hang on. She's still here. Do you want to bring Sam over? Yeah, let's do that. Hang on a second. Hey, hang a second, Ray. Can you still hear me?
Hi. Hi.
Guys?
My name's Sam. I just want to let you know that I'm a huge fan of what you do at Breadfruit Rum Bar. I love your restaurant, love your cuisine. Just everything that you do as far as like sustainability and food, it's really admirable, and I really appreciate what you do. And honestly, look forward to maybe meeting you someday in person and maybe even cooking you dinner. So,
don't count on it, dude.
Not gonna be awesome. I just want to say I really do admire you and your work. It'll be great.
I disappeared for a second to let you guys have that moment because seeing two chefs connect right now on this live stream from a distance and him just being a fan and an admirer and aspires to be like you made my day. You know what, guys? Cut it. The show's over. I'm done. I'm actually just canceling life today. We're done here.
Well, I'll make a cocktail for me then.
Oh, make one for me too.
Oh, man.
Two of them.
Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that meant a lot to Chef Sam. I mean, for those of you that don't know, Chef Sam's one of the best chefs in the Valley, in my personal opinion. Super talented. He's been our CDC for Brickyard almost since we've opened, and he's worked his way up to executive chef, and the stuff they do here is just magical. So, I mean,
hey, I'm sorry, I gotta pop this comment up. I'm laughing my ass off right now. Brett, somebody else has got to be looking at these. But we all know who Dominic is. But Dominic just said, "Bobby, can you show us how to make 4 Ramos Gin Fizzes?" I don't have an hour.
Yeah, let's go. Chef, can you grab me some heavy cream?
Hey, while he's working on the heavy cream and you're making them, can you tell us more about Can you tell us more about Eat for a Week?
Yeah. So Eat for a Week is a program. So I was reached out to, for those of you that don't know, I'm heavily involved in the United States Bartenders Guild, or USBG. In the Phoenix chapter specifically, I'm actually the president for the US Bartenders Guild Phoenix chapter. And I was reached out. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him? Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I got heavy cream. So I was reached out by Brown Foreman, who really, like, everybody's been doing amazing things as far as giving back to a national charity, giving back to the bartender emergency assistance program, the BEEP through the USBG 501c3. Another round, another rally has been doing some amazing stuff locally and on like a bigger scale as well. And there's just all sorts of things happening on a national level. And so Brown Foreman reached out to me and wanted to do something on a local level. And what we decided to do was he kind of gave me an opportunity to take some money and give it back to the community at some level. And after spitballing with Nick from Brown Foreman and a couple people like Michael, Brandon Casey, and a couple people that are helping put this event on, we decided it would be best to essentially take something off of people's plates while literally filling it. And so we wanted to get people groceries, some type. Now, eat for a week, like, we're just stuff that's hard to get. The grocery stores are a madhouse. So if you could just come pick up, pounds of pasta, rice, beans, milk, a dozen eggs, stuff like that, it's at least something that you don't have to worry about. And it's going to be one bill that you never really expect that you don't have to worry about.
I love that. And so just to clarify for everybody that's watching, and some people who have been watching regularly know who Brandon Casey is and where the woodshed is. This is available to people in the hospitality industry, correct?
Correct, yeah. Front of house, back of house. If you thought about working there once, I don't care. I just want to support as many people as possible.
That's fantastic. So,
and like the biggest thing is like our budget has just been skyrocketing with it too. So we started with $2,500 from Brown Foreman, which was really generous. Then it seemed to double and went up from there. But my goal has been to reach 500 bartenders, servers, line cooks, dishwashers, chefs, whoever. And we got to a point where USBG, we're matching the money. So, I mean, we're putting about 10 grand worth of groceries, which sounds like a lot, but it's really, it feels like a drop in the water, but it's a good amount of food. It's really for everybody. Brandon was nice enough to open up the woodshed to us, so that way we have someplace that's literally centralized. It's off the 10, it's off the 60, it's off the 101. It's like anywhere you're coming from in the valley, you can get to the woodshed. And he has a whole walk-in that he's going to let us use. It's going to be outstanding. I just put up a volunteer opportunities. If anybody wants to help out, it's got to be limited because we're going to follow CDC guidelines and we're going to create schedules. We're going to have help with people. But I just got information from Brandon that as it happens, we're actually going to be able to have essentially music, like a open mic. So we have a couple bands that are good, because it might feel weird just going somewhere to feel like picking up in and out. But that's the whole idea, is we have to be in and out. But what's going to make you feel less, awkward of like, hey, this is like a charity thing. And we want you to be at ease. We want you to come, just listen to some music for really quick while you're there. Get in and out. It's kind of an open mic thing. But honestly, it's gotta be in and out. It's gotta be, I don't know. It's gonna be really successful. We're already up to 200 grocery bags.
So. With that being said, it's on Tuesday. I know you and I spoke last night. I'm gonna come volunteer. Make sure you make that's on the list, man, and we'll share it online too while I'm there and everything. So mark me down.
Absolutely.
Is there anything while they're watching you make your next drink? What are you making, by the way? If it's 4 Ramos Gin Fizzes, I need you to have somebody deliver those.
I'll make Dom one, but I've got another cocktail that I'm gonna make first.
Okay. All right, so make your next cocktail. Then the boys and I will start chatting for a bit, and then once your Ramos Gin Fizz is done, I might just put you in the corner and just have the process of a Ramos being made.
Of me shaking for like literally ever.
For those of you who don't know, making a Ramos Gin Fizz takes forever because you have to shake forever. So. Brett, Adam, do you guys have any questions for Bobby? Bobby, just take a moment. I'm going to pop out here and let these gentlemen talk to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I missed you when you were off screen, man.
Oh,
that's fantastic what you're doing. Who do you have? Are you for people who are doing like the open mic stuff? Is that like the local musicians that are trying to come help get some?
It's some local musicians. Honestly, they reach out to Brandon, to people that are in the neighborhood, and it's just their way of kind of helping out. So. It's something like Brandon told me. It's something to really make people feel a little bit more at home, unless like it's a charity thing. So again, it's not really meant for you guys to come listen to music, but it's kind of background music as with some local musicians that want to just kind of help out in their own way, which is really cool.
Yeah, I know some local musicians that are doing like live stream things and trying to put their, it's hard for musicians too right now. We've got a pretty good.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And like I said, if we can reach as many people as possible, I mean that's the biggest thing with this. Which I'm really hoping that this is going to spiral to where other big liquor industries get to see this, and if we make this as successful, we could do this a couple times a month, hopefully. And like by that time, the groceries run out, we'll have another donation. We could do this again and reach as many people.
So, not to interrupt you, but you guys did almost just give a good segue to tease what one of our next episodes will be in the upcoming week. But it is going to have to do with how musicians are now out of work as well. As much as we love drinking, I don't know very many musicians that don't enjoy a good beverage. So we're going to have some of that going on. So we're going
drummers don't count, right? Michael can hear that.
No.
He said musicians.
Yeah, I see Dick in the background, and I'm not going to. Yeah, drummers don't count, man. There's a whole book I think someone handed me. It's 60 pages of drummer jokes. It's great.
I love it. Is it just a picture of Michael and like 50 pages of Michael?
Hey, so what are we making next?
We're gonna make a Clover Club. I figured it's something easy. We can kind of talk about grenadine and doing something at home. So me personally, I like to use grenadine to substitute if you don't have raspberry syrup. But you can make raspberry syrup as simple as making a simple syrup, just cutting some raspberries and let them steep in there for a little bit. You could do a puree. Royale makes a great raspberry syrup. Perfect Puree, if you guys haven't heard of it, pretty rad product. They actually have some raspberry puree you can make out of it. But today we're going to use grenadine. And grenadine, for those of you that aren't aware, is actually going to be pomegranate. So it's as simple as all you'll do is you'll take 2 parts sugar, so just granulated white sugar, to 1 part palm. That's palm juice.
You know how to make it?
For pomegranate juice. So
just making sure you know how to make this drink, right?
Oh yeah.
He doesn't even have to prove it tonight, though.
I've been waiting for this moment.
He's been out of work for so long. I don't know. Maybe he forgot how to make a Clover Club.
Yousef, I can make that drink here too now. I'll just make it. You'll just have to trust me.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do equal parts of lemon juice and our house-made grenadine. And again, when you're making the grenadine, you want to really make sure you're not bringing it to a boil. You want to make sure you just dissolve the sugar into the pomegranate juice without boiling out the water content. So it's not overly sweet, not overly viscous. So I'm going to do 3/4 of fresh lemon juice and your pomegranate grenadine and 2 ounces of gin of your choice. Today I'm going with St. George Botanoir. And then this bad boy, which is probably worth about, I don't know, $50 on black market right now. Just a little bit of water. So just kind of rock it back and forth.
Wait a minute, you're gonna throw away that yolk? That's like $38.
I'm actually gonna leave this out for you next time you come and get to go.
Well, you do know, and guys, this is a little known fact about me. If I have an egg white cocktail, I usually ask for the yolk if they're using a fresh egg, and I shoot the yolk.
You gotta be yolking me.
I'm immune to salmonella, and so's Brett. So's Adam.
God, I'm just holding back the vomit of you shooting the egg yolk.
Oh, don't do that. But hold on, watch this guy.
We're audio.
Watch that.
So all I'm doing is emulsifying the egg and pretending like I didn't forget ice. Yeah, dry shake that, get the egg nice and whipped up. And the key to this is you're going to add the ice now and shake it again just for a little bit longer. So what we're doing is we're actually putting the more or less meringue embedding into the cocktail so it's velvety across the entire cocktail, not just leaving a head, just a solid meringue on top.
Everyone loves watching this. Just the sweet natural sound of.
No, there's no ice in there. You better do that longer.
You guys haven't heard that one before, have you? It's been too long, you forgot.
Here's the thing. I make fun of people because everyone has a different shaker face. And I'm sure you guys do as well in the industry, Bobby. But Bobby's shaker face actually includes what I like to call the shaker flex. So Bobby will shake, but he'll also like make sure he's postured and flexing. And he occasionally just watches. He watches.
He's basically like Christian Bale in American Psycho, looking at himself in the mirror.
Yes, that.
Well,
there she is.
Little known fact is the reason we don't have mirrors at Brickyard is because I get lost in my eyes. So that's why it's all this brick. No
Very understandable.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is just add a little bit of a design over the top. So I'm just spraying Angostura bitters, and for me, I like blue things. So put a little blue. Because blue tastes better. I think it's my favorite Gatorade. The flavor.
Blue is the best for Gatorade, 7-Eleven Slurpees.
And then I'm just kind of going back and forth to make sure. I'm going to have Ashley take a photo of this for us. Oh, last thing with egg white cocktails, the bitters help kind of take away. If you let them sit for too long, they are going to smell like egg. So you want to take some type of zest. Right now I'm going to use lemon zest and just kind of go over the top to prevent that egg smell from happening. All right, and Ashley's going to take a nice pretty photo and send that over to you, Yousef, so you have it.
Have her send it to me, not in a text message, so that I can get it on here, send it via Facebook so that I can get it on the show, and I'll put it up real quick.
Yeah, via
Facebook Messenger?
Yes, please. Thank you. I can't be here within 5 feet of that woman. She just got off an airplane. You're a crazy man. You're a crazy man, and no one trusts you.
People on that airplane.
There was 5, okay?
There was 5 people on that airplane, including the pilot.
Yes. Oh, well, my cat was there, too. So.
And her cat. That's
Bobby Bricks, before I let you go.
I still have a Ramos or 4 to make for.
Well, you're going to make one on the side while we're chatting for a bit. And Dick has been sitting here patiently. We call him Dick. His name is Michael Reagan, which is weird because he's not a Richard, but
I'm a Richard.
Hold on. Let me give everyone a quick little introduction. Obviously, Bobby, who has just stepped away, has a better idea of where to put a camera, man. You're in a bar. Turn that thing around. Show people a bar.
0.
So this is the bar.
Not you. I meant Dick. He's just got like kitchen.
You want the bar?
Bobby and Dick work together. So, Bobby, you're at the Brickyard right now. Michael is at the Hidden House. There you go. Stand in front of that, buddy. Wouldn't that be nice?
Better.
I'm also doing free courses for the summer on how to use your webcam. Those were discontinued in 1999, but we're going to restart them because fuck it. COVID-19, 2020, baby. Great. Well,
I fixed it.
Great. You're the guy who is not getting hits on Tinder because you are not taking the right photo, my friend.
That's fact.
If anybody has any questions, ideas, Bobby, Mark says, show us those triceps. Do you see this, Bobby?
Whose triceps?
I think he wanted to see your triceps. PJ says, oh, it's a good name for the webinar, Webcam for Grandparents. Yes, this is good. This is good. And I love Adam's comment in the background, but I'll bring Adam in for this one because I want him to say it out loud. When you thought the eggs were worth money, Adam, you said...
Oh, that was in the chat. You could show that.
Oh,
that was public.
There it is. Waiting for that new drink that includes toilet paper.
I'll garnish the Ramos with a roll.
Can you set it on top of a toilet paper roll and then send me that?
Yeah. It'll probably fit inside of one.
I love it. Hey, Dick, if you feel like making a drink in a little bit, we can come back to you in about 10 minutes. But
I think I'm here right now.
Yeah, I just got to find some ice.
All right, we'll find some ice. Bobby, thank you so much. Again, Eat for a Week. Bobby and Michael are both a part of that, and they are kicking that off. That's April 7th.
Great stuff, guys.
The link is in there. Adam, Brett, if you guys have any questions for Bobby logged off. There he is.
Brett, unmute yourself.
So this is how we shake cocktails.
That's a flex.
There it is. Do you guys have any questions for Bobby before we let him go? We've been going for 40 minutes and it feels like
That's a
Bobby,
sexy
why do
right
you-
there.
This is a Carmen Ramos for Dom.
Can you just hold that still for 1 second? That's great. I love that.
Hey, Bobby, how many ply is that?
Now, this is only 2 ply, but it's 2 more ply than you got, boo.
Oh,
Oh,
closer or not?
I think Chef missed you mixing the cocktails with toilet paper, which is hilarious. But
Wait,
I'll have
is it Bobby's?
for you guys with some TP around it.
Yeah, all this toilet paper is Bobby's strongest flex of the whole video.
Right.
anybody who has
Oh my God, we're gonna do a toilet paper luge. That's our flex.
Bobby, I'm gonna leave you in the backstage area for a little bit. Take some photos. Come up with something funny to do. We'll throw you in here at the end of the episode. Dick, I see you working on something over there. Hang tight.
Everything I do is very serious.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. And I appreciate your time. Eat for a week. Adam, Brett, time for our show. Bye.
Oh,
Guys,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm used to seeing Adam get cut so quickly and abruptly.
I felt bad. We haven't seen Adam in a while, but
it's okay. I've been enjoying it.
I'm really hoping he is making a Ramos. I don't. Can you, Bobby? If you can hear me, I need you to put a Ramos in a container, and I need you to go it and just. I'll send you my card info. Just bring it on over, okay?
What happened to that old fashioned he made? Because I want it.
I would imagine that it got poured down the drain legally, as it
Oh, that's
should.
so
Guys, what are we drinking next?
I was thinking a Wren House stout, but what's Brett drinking?
Well,
me and Yousef were having some pre conversations when you weren't responding to us.
Oh, I was ignoring the hell out of you guys. I was eating dinner.
Thinking of opening.
Oh,
we have the
I think I
same
have one of
vintage
those. Hold on. I think I have one.
from the same canning.
No, not that, but I have a presidential.
because we have the same canning run.
Yeah, mine says "Holy Cacao" on the bottom.
Mine says tastes like burning. I didn't fucking realize that they had anything different printed on the bottom of these. Did anyone watching realize that? That's amazing. So for anybody who doesn't know what this is it now 2 years old? It's a 2-year-old.
I mean, it's January of 18, so it's more than 2 years.
It's coming up on 2.5. Should we wait for Adam? I don't know if we should.
I don't know. Considering March was basically half a decade, I think it's like 6 years old.
By the way,
I think I drank mine. I can't find it.
Oh, that's not good. Well, then we're opening it, buddy. And I decided to go with this beautiful Red House glass. So,
in the spirit of trying to flex on Yousef, I'm gonna open my Paisley or use my Paisley Cave glass.
Fine. You know what? You want to flex on me, bro? Flex on me?
By the way, Yousef, I don't know if you saw the private chat. Me and Adam were having some fun at your expense when you were yelling at the bar people about how they display their bottles, and I called you a somehow louder Libyan John Taffer. Adam added in Akbar Rescue.
Thank you. That's great. Well,
I thought our audience would appreciate that humor.
Why do I still have Adam here when it's just a fucking wicker chair that his bubby left for us? You're gone, Adam. You back?
I mean, that wicker chair has charisma compared to Adam.
By the way, in the background, we won't be able to hear him, but Bobby's working diligently. I've got you muted, but he's still shaking. Look at that man shake. He just always shakes. And he's drinking a Monster. Yeah. That's a Monster.
Bobby, look us in the eye when you're doing that shake.
I love it. All right, bye, Bobby. We'll come back to you in a minute. Adam Green, you don't have one. Also, I'm getting flexed on this whole glassware situation, which is making
I decided not to go with my Paisley Cave glass because I also have one of those. This one, my Sorrow Society rack glass. I'm going to drink a 7 stars.
Fair enough. So I know that we talked about asking people some questions today. The usual question, if for those of you who are still watching, is what's everyone drinking? I'll put this on for a couple seconds. Feel free to throw it in the chat. We'd love to know what you're drinking right now. But
oh, look at this beer. This looks wonderful.
I have to go get my flex glass. Brett and I were talking during our pre-show that Adam Green decided to not show up for because he stayed in his trailer because he's.
No, I'm big time.
Adam doesn't show prep. We have a sports podcast. I know this.
This is how easy it is for me to get rid of Adam. It's amazing. I click a button and Adam's gone. I mean, it's wait, it's so quiet. And coming from me, that's rich.
This is a bold card for you to play, bro.
So Brett's first question to me was, what's the weirdest use of random ingredients in your house during quarantine? Obviously, everyone's got a bunch of stuff in their refrigerator, and maybe you're trying not to go out or whatever. I'm going to go grab a glass. I want to know what everyone's weirdest use is. Chef Danielle's still watching this, by the way, and I saw her eyes dart for a second, and I'm waiting to see if she goes to the fridge and comes back with something. I'll be back.
Yes.
Guys, weirdest use of random ingredients in your house during quarantine. Brett, go, then Adam. Up.
He cut himself off there, Adam.
Yeah, that's actually somewhat validating for me.
Yeah.
I haven't done a lot of cooking. Have you?
I mean, Lord knows I don't do enough share of the cooking in the house. Ellie does more. I try to do some. I'm probably going to try to do something tomorrow. But we had an interesting ingredient pairing tonight because we had a shit ton of ground beef and we've had a shit ton of kale and we've got all this like cans of enchilada sauce and tortillas and stuff. So basically, we made some ground beef enchiladas with kale, which actually worked reasonably well. I mean.
Holy crap, I walked away for all of 90 seconds and you made this the whitest conversation I've ever heard. Kale enchiladas? What the hell?
Hi, Yousef.
Hi, guys. You still want to flex?
Bottle Logic.
I'm pretty happy with my paisley clave.
Wait, which glass is that?
I don't remember. I'll show you in a second because I'm in the middle of pouring it. Adam, what do you do?
Try and flex when you can't remember.
Okay, bye, Adam. I can't. Does Adam just keep leaving us? Wait, this is great. PJ says he used mayonnaise instead of margarine.
Oh God, you horrible human being.
How do you use mayonnaise instead of margarine? Okay, cool. Good talk.
You know what's
similar
to Brett? Like, I don't do nearly enough of like the food stuff here, but even still, like, we haven't done anything crazy, like weird ingredients. Everything we have, we meant to have.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's mesmerizing. You're watching a lava lamp.
It is. It's like watching a lava lamp.
It's like watching a lava lamp before it boils over.
I mean, I definitely like took the berries that were going bad and made a salad that made no sense whatsoever. But I've also been trying to watch what I eat because, Brett, this is your fault. I destroyed a box of Cheez-Its. Like, just completely destroyed it.
How was that Brett's fault?
Because he created the Cheez-It addiction when I lived with him for a while. Hold on a second.
I was make a joke about berries going bad with using my last name, but he kind of already made it.
I think Bobby is about to pour the Ramos.
Is he supposed to give you a tap on the head before he pours that?
Hey, Bobby, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain what's happening in that glass right now?
Magic.
So what I did was I shook the cocktail for an extended period of time just to create a nice velvety texture across the entire cocktail. I poured a fresh can of soda water, just about an ounce or so, in here. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to let this settle for a little bit. Easy way to do this is toss it in your fridge. You can leave it as it is right now, or you can toss it in your glass chiller if you have one, freezer. But essentially just putting bubbles kind of up throughout. As you can see, the meringue's sitting right here. And we're just going to let that thicken before we kind of raise it up. So give me just 1 second on that. I'm going to cheat.
You take your time. We'll come back to you, man. We will totally come back to you.
Ooh,
whoa, this is that side-by-side like angry video game view. I don't like it.
I was going to say the kitty hat in the front and center works nicely, though. Did you have?
I like your hat collection. You have nice hats.
Thanks, friend.
A good variety of hats.
Yeah, I've been working from home for 3 weeks, and one of the things I've done to entertain myself and my teams in our video conferences is wear a different hat every day. I was saving this one for a little while because you don't go straight to cat hat. You gotta work your way up to it.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and write that in. You don't go straight. Go straight to cat hat. Is that what it was? Straight to cat hat.
Well, I think that's sage advice. That makes sense. That'll live on forever.
That is.
I mean, that is a truism that if anyone wants to try to argue, they will be wrong.
Don't go straight to cat hat, my friend.
I've done the same thing. Like I've been trying to wear different hats for our morning Zoom meetings, but that's just because I don't shower before I log on, and my hair is. The longer it gets, like Jufro-y, it's just all over the place, and I'm like, I feel like most people understand I'm not showering before I start working, but they don't need to know it for sure.
Everyone's conserving water, but you saying you don't shower does bring us to the other question from the pre-show conversation that
I was there for.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
See, I help.
If you don't mind, I'm actually gonna ask our dear friends who are here and with us right now a poll question. So if everybody's there, we're testing this for the first time. I have not been able to do
Oh no.
I don't even know how to do this. I think I may not be able to do it. I have no idea. Brett, figure it out. You're in the background.
I don't know how to do it.
But how many showers have you guys skipped?
Hold on. Bobby's ready to top. Did you guys see that? Is that new?
What's new?
Bobby, I think there's no timestamp, but it said ready to top.
Yeah.
Bobby, is that the end product right
if
there?
I mess this up, you're never gonna let me live it down.
Oh, it's like a science experiment.
No, hang tight, because this is the end of a Ramadan fizz. Oh yeah.
That's a bougie marshmallow.
Hey, Yousef, don't make that
Pardon.
noise on camera again.
Sorry, buddy. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of that.
Send a picture of that too. At the end of this, I'll post both pictures.
Hashtag drink sexts.
Everyone say goodbye to Bobby.
Bye, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. I miss you already.
Thank you for showing me how to make good drinks.
Thanks,
Hey,
buddy.
guys.
See ya.
Stay safe.
Stay safe, indeed.
Yousef, I know you have some liquor and stuff. I've mostly been drinking beer, occasionally whiskey, but I don't really have the ingredients to make cocktails in my house. Is that the same for you guys, or?
That's a good question. Do anyone who's watching here, do you have the ingredients you need to make cocktails at home? Do you have a home bar to make cocktails? I'm curious.
I have a bar cart with whiskey and some rum on it, and I have a beer fridge with beer. But in terms of I can't make an old fashioned. I couldn't make that one that we saw, but I just don't have the ingredients. And in terms of when I've been going out shopping, it seems silly just to make a beer run. I'm going to go to 6 different bottle shops and risk my life so I could get beer, which noble causes and all. But I don't have the ingredients to make just cocktails, to make an old fashioned, to make those drinks.
Well, an old fashioned is simple. So I now know what I'm getting you for your birthday because I've always had the ingredients to make an old fashioned in my
A bottle of bitters.
Yes.
Thanks, Yousef.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I
made a janky homemade old fashioned the other day with horrible proportions, but I did not have any citrus, so it was really just throwing sugar and bourbon and ice and some bitters into a glass.
I have citrus trees in my backyard. I wish I had given these to you 2 months ago before the world ended. Sorry.
PJ says I have the ingredients to make my preferred cocktails, which begs.
What are they?
What are
you drinking?
What are you?
I hope it's malt liquor. And that's it. Send.
While Dick is about, I keep calling you Dick because you even came in as Dick, and everyone sees it, Dick. That's the problem. Everyone gets to know your nickname. It's a secret.
He came in as Dick, huh?
While we're waiting for one more cocktail demonstration from Michael, who's sitting at the Hidden House right now, I do want to ask a question. What food have you resorted to eating every day? If you've done that, or multiple times in 1 week, what was your fridge full of?
Beer. I was thinking, like, I hopped on the scale the other day, Yousef, and I'm like, I lost weight, and I don't think it's because I'm eating better. I'm just eating less. It's like I'm home. I'm whatever.
No one ever believed me, but I was once on the beer diet where I would have one meal a day and drink beer, and I lost like 20 pounds. Mind you, I was working out, and those carbs were great for working out, but it did happen. It was a thing, and it was fantastic.
He was working out a lot and doing a lot of cocaine.
Do you guys find yourself eating breakfast, lunch, dinner? Like, I maybe do a small breakfast and have a snack for lunch and then dinner. Like, I feel like I'm eating less overall than I was eating when I'm like going to work and having lunch when I'm at work and all that. Like, I don't know.
Well, see, the interesting thing for me is my office, being at a essentially a tech company, they have like snacks dispensers and like packets of like beef jerky and chips and like everything for free. So I don't think my snacking has actually gone up. It may have gone down.
Same.
Largely because I'm also rationing my Cheez-Its because I don't know when I'm in a box.
Lettuce and beer from PJ. Thank you. Our loyal follower, PJ, says he's just at the lettuce and beer. That you'll lose a ton of weight.
He also was down to like one meal a day. Like Brett's similar. Like, I work for a tech company and they would give us lunch every day. Like they're not the most unhealthy lunches, but it's, you'd have some things like pastas and chickens and steaks and all that. And it's, I get here and I'm working at home and I'm like, I'm just not that hungry. I'll go to my fridge and get a string cheese or get a snack. Like, I just don't think I'm eating as, hey, nice sneeze into your elbow there.
Hey, bless you.
Good
and
job.
I muted my mic.
Adam, can we bring in, I see Dick patiently waiting, so I want to bring him in for one more cocktail demo. And
Dick patiently waiting? I don't think I've seen
Don't keep a dick waiting, Yousef. You know that. You never keep a dick waiting.
We've come up with terrible names for movies that'll probably come out of this. I don't wait for me to do it, but someone's going to make Socially Indistant volumes 1 and 2. So it's happening. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm going to bring in our dear friend, Michael. Michael, how are you? AKA.
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, man. So you're over at the Hidden House right now?
Yeah, getting ready to wrap up for the day.
You had your camera pointed at a cocktail. What happened?
I'm going to go back to it. I don't have a fancy cameraman over here, so I'm just going to swap my camera back and forth.
Oh, you're using your phone. This is great. Well, it looks really nice.
No, it's my computer.
Okay, we'll turn it around, man, and let's see what you.
I tried that. It doesn't angle right. I got it figured out.
What are you making for us?
So I'm going to make one of my to-go cocktails for you guys.
Okay.
Fun thing about the to-go cocktails, especially the way we're doing them here at the Hidden House, is I do draft cocktails over here. So I'm using a couple of my draft cocktails that I'm actually doing in the to-go format, which I'll show you. This little guy here is the way that we're selling them. So today I'm going to make the Diddy Do It for you. It's going to be kind of like a spicy passion fruit margarita.
Nice. We had it on the show actually a few days ago too, and I may even still have a beautiful photo of it somewhere.
I'm going to make the whole damn thing for you. So
perfect. Is it something easy that people can make at home?
It's something that people can take home. I'm happy to post the recipe if they want to make it at home, but it's not all super available ingredient.
Okay, well, let's do it.
Yeah, we sell them to go, so that works. All right. So first up, we got De Leon. It's gonna be tequila, and then that instead of like a triple sec, I'm actually using Aperol. It's gonna be like an Italian, slightly bitter orange liqueur. It's got a little bit of a habanero tincture in it. Give it a little bit of a spice. A little bit of passion fruit, lime juice, and then we serve it over crushed ice. I'm going to switch my camera around and then show you what it looks like and how easy it is for you to make it at home.
How easy it is. Awesome. And Bobby's back, and I might let him harass you while you make this drink, by the way, which sounds like a lot of fun. If Bobby pops back in.
All right, so you got crushed ice, cocktail. So I usually garnish it with mint, but I'm unfortunately out of mint today. So we're going to use pineapple fronds. A little lime. There you go. That easy to make it at home.
All right. Bobby, you there? Did we lose you? We lost Bobby. He was ready to harass you, and we lost him. So that's available to go. People can come grab them. I know I grabbed a couple of to-go cocktails from you guys last week, and that looks fantastic. Brett, Adam, you guys remember when we talked about this?
Yeah. I wish they delivered to North Phoenix.
Well, Adam has finally admitted he lives in North Phoenix.
If it'll get me some like pre-made cocktails, then yes.
Hey, if you want to come out and buy it like a liter at a time, I'm game.
Dude.
Yeah. We can.
I could have used that on my socially distant birthday brunch last Sunday.
By the way, I did get photos from earlier of what Bobby was making. Unfortunately, we also have to teach Ashley how to use a camera, but she took everything vertically. But there's the blue.
It's so artistic.
There's the story.
There's that Ramos.
Oh.
And Bobby, you're back. So I want to give you a chance to harass. I'm just gonna step away and give you guys the show for a second.
I'd give it to the both of them. We don't need me or Brett here.
I missed completely. Michael broke the internet. Yeah.
I'm impressive like that.
All right. Well, we got rid of Adam like we usually do about this time of the show, which is my favorite part of the show.
Oh yeah, you're in the show now.
You are live
This is
and
Ashley.
Hi guys.
Hi, Ashley.
You guys know Chef.
Chef has come on and saying praises to.
Chef's going to be on the show next time, probably.
Would love to do it. Chef, let's do a cooking demo next time for sure.
Yeah, I would love that.
Guys, thanks for your time. We're coming up on that 1 hour mark, and I want to wrap things up with these guys. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. We'll chop this up and let everybody have a little bit of that video so they can see you guys making those cocktails. Bobby, I appreciate you taking the time to make things by hand and doing all that work. Dick, I'm glad you poured a jar into a glass of ice. All right, so
Hey, man.
Yeah, the bar back did all the prep work for him.
The skills are very specific.
thank you guys. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon for sure.
Sounds good.
Cheers.
Bye, Chef. Bye.
Bye, Chef.
Oh, I'm back. Okay. Shit.
Yeah, you can come back. I guess you're allowed back on the show, man. We got to wrap things up.
When you kick me off the show, it's your favorite part of the show, and in a lot of ways, it's mine too because then I get to do, drink my beer, check my texts. It's
Well, first of all, you're doing the show wrong if you're not drinking the beer while you're on the show.
right here. It's Brett. This is a good beer. I know you had this yesterday, the 7 Stars from Wren House.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I do think it needs to warm up, but
What do you think of this one? Have you?
We got all 5, man. I just haven't gone to pick them up. How's that?
By the way, how do you feel about this American Presidential? Because I am quite enjoying it.
It's spicy, man. Are you getting?
I know. It's got like a smoky spiciness to it.
It's like I don't know what's going on in this beer, but like,
is that
it was not what I expected?
What year is that? Which canning line? Which one is it?
2018.
I don't know what happened to mine. I think mine was a 2017, and I probably drank it.
My mouth.
I thought I still had it.
Yeah, it's almost got the Mexican hot chocolate kind of vibe with the spice on it.
Brett, that's the beer we bonded over.
Yeah, we were both having a bad day and both suddenly had it become a good day after one sip of that.
Actually, I wish
got even better with more sips of that.
I wish I could quickly dig up the photo, but if you remember, Adam, we got these cans because we
strong beer.
Correct. We stayed late at Strong Beer and helped them load up their truck, and they handed us 1 barrel aged and 1 regular as a gift. So
I remember that's where I got it. I don't exactly remember getting it.
Fair point.
I know this came from Strong Beer, but the moment I got this beer,
Guys, thank you for joining us. I'm going to pose one last question to the audience.
Yeah, I still got time. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Let's keep going.
Well, we can sit here and bullshit. We've been on for an hour, but
we started late.
A little bit.
We're on Yousef time.
We're on Yousef time, guys. I'm trying to make. Last time we did this, we had a 2-hour show.
Oh, we're not doing that.
No.
But the real question is, what's the worst thing you've resorted to eating or drinking when you realized the fridge was empty? Because we know that Adam Green drank his own homebrew, and anything Adam makes is not good.
In fairness, I only drank the homebrew because I didn't have anything else that I wanted to drink, and it helps to clear fridge space. Because I have it in my mind, I'm like, I really don't want to drain pour all of it. Like, and I can't like leave any more in Brett Barry's fridge because I can't go to his house right now. So like that was my old plan, was to just like coyly or like secretly like I'm just gonna leave this here in Brett's fridge. And I think he gets it to Sam, is what I heard after that.
Well, that's because
the reverse shit beer bandit.
Like technically it's a beer, and I'm like, I will drink this beer in lieu of drinking one of my good beers on that given time. That's all. It's a good day drinking beer. It's a light beer. I don't have too many light beers in my house. Comparatively, Brett. Comparatively.
that was the longest fucking explanation of I drank my own homebrew ever, by the way. And I appreciate you trying to justify that. But
I'm not saying I want to give it to our viewers. Just want to give it to Brett.
Speaking of the homebrews, I was texting you guys earlier in the week, similar to Adam, when I was wanting to clear some beer fridge space, is I just keep ordering from Wren House because they have great offers, and I got some, crowlers with pressed coffee in without, later that day. It was great. But that the beer that could have been our stout we tried to homebrew, let's just say the other brews got in the way of us brewing the beer it could have been with our friend Mr. Ledford, who was not here tonight.
oh yeah, the one I just threw a case away of our homebrew.
Yeah, though I will say, it wasn't Adam's homebrew bad to start.
It could have been better than my homebrew. The homebrew was a kit.
Nah. Well, we spent a lot of money on those ingredients to have a really not great beer coming out of it, but it did seem to actually age a little bit and become not terrible. So I was expecting it to be worse because I've used it as a marinade for meat for that, actually, because it's got like a lot of chili peppers that we put in there for some of the adjunct. But it actually settled down a little bit, and as it warmed up, like the vanilla came out, and it was
the viewership went down because you're talking about something they can't have, and they didn't give a shit.
Oh, they don't.
I think Adam Ledford still has 2 cases of it.
Okay, well, great. We can get people that. Bobby's still hanging out, by the way.
Yeah.
Are you bored over there, Bobby? Give me a thumbs up if you're bored. He's bored.
That's twice if you can hear me.
Blink twice. Adam, you're getting a little choppy.
I'm here.
There was one thing I did want to talk about, and I'll bring Bobby into this conversation, but has anyone seen the front page of the New York Times today?
I have.
I think I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, I was going to say the link you sent to us.
This is not.
By the front page of the New York Times, I mean the homepage of the New York Times this evening.
Yes, the homepage of the New York Times this evening. Bobby, welcome back.
Hey, Bobby, I missed you.
Try not to step on each other. Remember, there's a delay, so anybody watching this is just going to hear us smashing conversations. But I will share this screen with everyone because I thought it was funny. And then I want your best ideas of how to cover your face. Because apparently it's face covering time. Wait, did they change it? They changed it. No, it changed. The front page changed. It's not funny anymore.
It's almost like the internet is a living thing that is never the same.
Oh, no, there it is. White House debates face masks. I mean, it's there. So.
Are you sure that's not fake news?
Is Michael still on?
He left, but I do want to know what everyone. I do want to know what everyone's idea of a quick to go face mask is, because what it said earlier is they're going to advise us to wear cloth face masks. Brett, what do you got? You got a bandana? You got a scarf? You got something?
I mean, I can make a scarf work potentially.
Oh, you could rock a scarf, Brett. I'm sure of it.
But
or you just let my beard grow out.
Hey, Bobby, did you bring anything back from overseas? Maybe that like I might have one of that we could use.
I have plenty of shaman from Afghanistan. So
you see where mine is. I'll be back. I just learned how to do this on YouTube the other day.
Chef thinks that we should do brown paper bags because that gives you 40 masks. I'll give you 40 a 4 of them. Oh, even better. I like that.
They said cloth masks, right? So I'm just gonna pose this question to everyone else. How would you make your own cloth mask?
Do cloth masks even do anything?
Better than nothing, apparently.
The particles that are this virus would get through a cloth mask.
I think
I'm pretty sure it's droplets, so anything to prevent you from obviously
Sneezing on
breathing it or touching it. Like, it would be a one-time use, so you'd have to thoroughly wash it and clean it. But I mean, something's better than nothing, obviously.
I'm like, I only have 2 cloths in my house, so like this is going to be problematic.
You've got one of these.
Adam Green is going to have a leather mask.
Too. Like, I wish Dick was still here because his sister just made him this rad mask that was double-sided with dinosaurs and robots.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Sweet.
No. My friend, one of my good friends who lives in LA, he posted something earlier today, and he followed the CDC guidance where apparently it's best to have a cotton base layer and then a more protective outer layer that's more like.
Yousef, you don't want us to see you putting on a shamak?
It's going on the internet. The FBI is already halfway to his house.
Shirt, I'll make a shamak out of it. Oh, never mind.
So we have a couple bandanas.
I'll probably do a mask.
Yeah, that's about what we're talking about.
I believe that's the age-old technique for how you shelter from a fart in the room.
Oh God!
Hello, my friend.
Listen, guys, I am coronavirus free. We were ahead of our time at this point, but this is it apparently. And all you need is a scarf, everybody. That's it.
Good thing I live in Arizona and don't own a scarf.
I mean, look at the neck coverage here. Way more. Look at see.
It's the Wild West again.
Yeah, Wild West.
Darth Vader had it right, man.
Hang on a second. If you guys want to see a multicultural train robbery and what that would look like, it is this.
How do you rob a train and avoid coronavirus at the same time?
Rob a train, avoid coronavirus. Absolutely.
Like this looks like 2 rejected characters from season 3 of Westworld.
The only downside is I can't get to my beer because this is so effective. I didn't do this very well, by the way. In case anyone was wondering, I learned how to do this on YouTube because my people don't do this. So
And by my people, you mean people from Gilbert?
Yes. But
There you go. Totally safe. Yeah, I'm not sure how this mask thing is gonna work for all of us.
I have one more mask that we can try.
all right, one more Uno Mas.
If it wasn't what we needed to do 3 weeks ago, I don't understand why it's a thing we need to do now. And the one thing I read, or the people have said, is like when people wear the masks that don't really do a lot, they get lazy. You know, it's like
you can find something as simple at home. Like Chef was talking about, brown paper bags actually work the best.
So wait,
Take the bag, and what you do. So completely safe, corona free. I have my closet just in case. You can get a 40 of Corona.
Hey, Bobby.
40 of Corona can fit bag.
It's like you're a Cleveland Browns fan.
Hey, hang on. Brett has a question for Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. No, it wasn't a question as much as a statement. The beauty is that solves 2 problems. 1, coronavirus. 2, no one will get lost in your eyes.
They don't call me Horace Kramer for nothing.
Oh, boy. And on that note, Bobby, get the hell out of here. We got to end this show. It's running longer than I wanted to, and I'm sweating in this thing. I'm not made for it.
You got other things to do, Yousef.
No, I'm not. I'm sweating in this thing, and I'm not made for this. I'm made in America, damn it. So there we go. For those of you still watching, thanks, I guess.
Well, I don't want to be on TV.
I'm just muting them completely and letting them have their fun in the corner. Brett, anything to tell our audience now that I've messed up my hair, man? Messed up my hair.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, was I supposed to have something to tell the audience other than?
No, I just want to.
I would actually just like to say, I think that tonight's episode was really great in highlighting some of the great things going on. I've always taken a lot of pride in the food and drink scene in Phoenix, and have told that to people when I was traveling around the country, that Phoenix is low-key had a fantastic food and drink scene. And that's one of the reasons why we started this. And everybody we had on, Chef Danielle, they're all doing great things. See them all survive this and thrive when we come out on the other side. and support the charity event. I forget the Eat for a Week.
Eat for a Week, for sure. Yes, I see Bobby nodding his head in the background. Adam, final thoughts for anybody who's still watching as we wrap episode 6 up.
Well, we're like 5 episodes further than I thought we'd get. But no, like what Brett said is absolutely the case. Like to hear the stories, and I know like this has been tough on a lot of people, and no one's having a great time through this, but to hear stories, like when it hit me the most was when I realized like this is hard on places that I love frequenting and people that I know I've gotten to know over the years in this industry. So to hear stories about how everyone's getting through this and the perspective people have is really uplifting, because for as bad as this is, there's going to be another side to this. Like we're going to get through this eventually, whether it's a month, 2 months, 3 months. I don't know when it's going to be, but we're going to have the other side. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. So the hope is, I know for all of us, that the places that we love, even the places that maybe are the ones that we go to that we frequent, but other people do, will make it through on the other side, because it'd be so hard to have this happen through no one's fault. Like none of these breweries, none of these cocktail bars, no one this wasn't anything that they had to do with. They're just having to react to it to live in this world. And I'm just hopeful and confident that so many of our favorites and so many of the ones like the ones we talked to tonight will be here on the other side for us to enjoy again. So
fingers crossed, man. For everybody
right now, I can't have that old fashioned. We can't have those drinks right now. I look forward to the day when we can go back there and the 3 of us and everyone we've had, like we can celebrate together, not like celebrate the end of this whole quarantine social distancing, but just celebrate living our lives together, because the things we enjoyed to do. And like, so that's what I'm looking forward to. But until then, like, I'm so happy that people are still finding a way to keep going and find purpose in what they're doing, because this is hard, but we're all in this together.
Which brings us to the title of this show, Getting Hungry for Some Social Interaction. Guys, I want to say that I feel the same way. I echo both of your sentiments. I am looking forward to sitting down and having a meal with all of you at a table together at the same time, and being able to take a glass and another glass and have them make that noise because we are hanging out in the same room. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. For anyone who's still with us, thank you so much. For those of you who watch this later, thank you so much. I can't wait, and keep supporting whoever you can, whatever you can. If you need anything, reach out, because that's one of the things that I wanted to make this space available for, is for people to connect with each other. And if they needed anything, this would be a forum for them to talk to each other. And Bobby doing the lovely things that you're doing with Eat for a Week, that's an example. With Chef Danielle working with the Arizona small business situation that they're doing right now. So I know this episode was a little heavy. So since it was a little heavy, if anyone wants to just knock back whatever's left in their glass, Bobby, what do you want to do? I know.
No, thank you.
That's too much stout.
This is dangerous, but we'll take a drink. Thank you guys for joining us for episode 6. Please like, share, do whatever. Smash that subscribe button. I think it's over. Wait a minute. Hold on. We did this last time. It's right here, right? Smash that subscribe button. It's around this area.
It's somewhere around Yousef's nipples.
Stay healthy. Like, this sucks. We're all, hopefully it's not affecting too many of us and people that we know, but obviously it's a big deal and we want to get through this, but stay healthy. That's why we have shows like this, and we try to get on the line with people, and we're trying to, do everything we can to support local and the people that we care about, the business we care about. But like, we want to see the other side of this. We will see the other side of this, but we'll do this. We'll get through it.
We're going to do it. You guys are going to do it. And in the meantime, the other thing you guys are going to do is come watch this show this weekend and have a drink with us. Bobby, you're going to do that again for us, hopefully next week. Come up with a different cocktail. We'll do a little something,
Hey, whenever you guys need me, honestly, I'm here, like, wherever I can help. We're all in this together at the end of the day. So, I mean, support local, just like you said, but the most important thing is safe. Practice good hygiene. Really focus on separating yourself, and like, we can communicate and we can do fun things, but let's just focus on being safe, hydrated, well, and healthy.
Yeah.
Wash your damn hands.
Bingo. Wash your damn hands. on behalf of everyone with me right now, including one of our guests, Bobby, who stuck around. Thanks for joining for episode 6 of the Social Distance Drinking Club, and we're all hungry for some social isolation. Cheers.
It was interaction. We have isolation.
Isolation. Sorry, emotional isolation.
He's not a good reader after 2 drinks.
Definitely not.
This show is over. You're canceled. You're off.
Everyone, be safe and have fun.
Thanks.